Good morning, children. Welcome to the English class. Students, in previous video, you read the chapter The Mouse. I hope you all have understood part 1. Now, today, in second part, we will continue the reading. In the story, The Mouse, the main character is Theodoric. Theodoric became uncomfortable while traveling in the railway compartment because a mouse had dashed into his clothes. Now let's read what happened when he was trying to get rid of the mouse. With a movement almost quicker than the mouse, Theodoric pounced on the rug, held it to his chin and retreated into the farther corner of the carriage, waiting for the lady to say something, but she just stared silently at him. How much had she seen? Theodoric asked himself, and in any case, what on earth must she think of his present posture? So, children, when the lady opened her eyes, Theodoric jumped so quickly he was even quicker than the mouse. Theodoric jumped on the rug. He held it up to his chin. He held it rug up to his chin and he went to the farther corner of the carriage. He was waiting there for the lady to say something, but the lady did not say anything. She was just staring at Theodoric. Theodoric was keep thinking in his mind that how much had she seen? Had she seen me like this? So, as Theodoric was asking himself, what must be she thinking about my current posture? I think I have got a chill, he ventured desperately. Really, I am sorry, she replied. I was just going to ask you if you would open this window. I fancy it's malaria, he added, his teeth chattering slightly, as much from fright as from a desire to support his theory. So, Theodoric Wöhler was standing in front of the lady and he was half undressed. He was half naked and the lady did not talk anything about his dress. Rather, she said that, would you please open the window for me? He said that he has given an excuse. He did not want to open the window, so he said that I believe that outside there is lot of mosquitoes which can create malaria for us, and his teeth were chattering because he was still in extreme shame and blush. Because he was still undressed, he was feeling shame, and the lady thought that he was suffering with cold. So she said that, I have got some brandy in my hold-all. If you will kindly reach it down for me, said his companion. So the lady said to the Theodoric that I have got some brandy in my hold-all. Brandy is a kind of alcohol. It keeps us warm. No, thank you. I never take anything for it, he assured her earnestly. Earnestly means in a serious and sincere way. So Theodoric said, no, thank you. I suppose you caught it in the tropics. Theodoric felt that even the malaria was slipping from him. He wondered if it would be possible to tell her the truth in small installments. So the lady was still assuming that Theodoric is suffering from cold, and now Theodoric thought of telling the lady whatever happened with him in installments. Installment means he wanted to tell that incident in small part. Now he is thinking how to tell a story about the incident, what happened to him. So he created a story and he started to ask the lady, "Are you afraid of mice?" he asked, growing if possible redder in the face. "Not unless they come in quantities. Why do you ask?" So the lady said, "No, not generally. I do not get scared usually of mouse unless they come in quantity. I had one crawling inside my clothes just now," said Theodoric. It was a most awkward situation. So Theodoric said that I had one crawling inside my clothes and it's a weird situation. "It must have been," she observed, "but mice have strange ideas of comfort." The lady said that yes, it must have been very weird situation for mice can get comfort zone anywhere. Then he continued, "I had to get rid of it while you were asleep, he continued. Then, with a gulp, he added, "It was getting rid of it that brought me to this." Then he continued, "When you were sleeping, I was trying to get rid of mouse, and due to that, I am in this situation." So this journey became quite unpleasant for Theodoric. Like a hunted beast, breaking cover and dashing madly towards some other heaven of momentary safety, he threw aside his rug and struggled frantically into his disheveled garments. He was conscious of dull suburban stations racing past the window, of a choking, hammering sensation in his throat and heart, and of an icy silence in that corner toward which he dared not look. So finally he got to know, and he realized that the lady is not going to sleep again. All he has to do is he has to cover up himself very fastly before he reached to the platform. So anyway, he just threw rug aside and he covered up himself. There was an icy silence in the compartment because he was not talking to the lady and the lady was also not saying anything to him. He was in extreme shame still, and he saw that the train was reaching near to the destination. Then, as he sank back in his seat, clothed and almost delirious, the train slowed down to a final crawl, and the woman spoke. Finally, when he got dressed up, he sat down in his seat, and his throat was choked. He was not speaking anything. He was very anxious. The woman spoke, and this is the climax. She said, "Would you be so kind," she asked, "as to get me a porter to put me into a cab? It's a shame to trouble you when you are feeling unwell, but being blind makes one so helpless." So the lady said, "Would you please get me a porter to put me into a cab so that I can go in cab?" The lady says, "I am not feeling good to that I have to trouble you when you are not well, but being blind makes one so helpless." So means The lady was blind. She did not see anything. So story is a fun. Theodoric was so anxious. Whole journey became so weird for Theodoric only because he thought she had seen him. But the climax changed everything. The story was so good and interesting. I hope you all have understood the story. Surely, getting rid of one small mouse wouldn't cause malaria, she said in an amused manner that Theodoric thought abominable. Means, so the lady said that surely getting rid of one small mouse wouldn't difficult for you. Because of one mouse, you will not suffer with malaria. And the way lady said this, it was quite rude and quite unpleasant. Evidently, she had detected his predicament and was enjoying his confusion. Actually, the lady has understood the uncomfortable situation and she was enjoying his confusion. All the blood in his body seemed to have mobilized in one concentrated blush, and then, as reflection began to assert itself, sheer terror took the place of humiliation. With every minute that passed, the train was rushing nearer to the crowded terminus. He hoped his fellow traveller might relapse into blessed slumber, but that was not to be. All the blood in Theodoric's body, it was circulated very fast, and his face and body became red. With each passing minute, he was feeling more and more shame and shy. As soon as the train is reaching nearer to the destination, he wished that anyhow she might sleep again, so that he can get dressed again properly. But that was not to be happened. I think we must be getting near now, she presently observed. And the lady said that I think we are near to the destination. Theodoric had already noted with growing terror the stacks of small ugly dwellings that heralded the journey's end. The words acted as a signal